Hey, how's it going, guys? My name is Jackie Fish and welcome back to some more of the Last Alliance mod for Total War Shogun 2. And today the boys of Bree are here and they are shuffling. Just look at them dance. They are bopping and ready for battle. So yes, today the new faction has just been released. This is Bree, and it's actually super impressive to see this already happening right off the bat, because we actually only recently got the Dwarves of Erin Lewin. So it's great to see that another faction is immediately making its way right into the game, and I think this is now like the 8th or 9th or 10th faction, so the campaign map is really coming alive, and definitely recommend this mod. If you haven't played Shogun 2 ever before, you can pick it up on sale. It's one of the best Total War games out there, and obviously this mod is great, and yeah, it's really getting fleshed out now and definitely worth your time to play it. So let's take a look at a few of the Breland units. They don't have the highest quality roster, I guess. They are, you know, a band of militia and untrained soldiers. However, they have some quality in there, but I think in the campaign you're going to be fielding numerous amounts of soldiers rather than like an elite army like the dwarves or the elves. You're going to be using a lot more of kind of these numbers to pin the enemy in place, and then using your more elite units to then get stuck in. So if we take a look at the general, this is the Butterbur General, and as you can see, it is a pretty elite hybrid archer unit. It's got decent plate and helmets. You know, this is one of the more professional units that we do have access to, and I kind of trying to brought a bit of a mix, but I've mainly brought today a lot of their elite units so you guys can kind of see what you want to work towards in that campaign. So this unit will go ahead and do some devastating damage. It has access to deploying stakes, flaming arrows, and also a Banzai ability as well, allowing them to get really stuck in and just do crazy damage. Because obviously it's the general, it gets Rally, Second Wind, and Inspire. So very deadly indeed. Then over on my left-hand side, we have kind of one of our mid-tier militia units. We do have the Breland Tower Watch. Again, going to be a pretty basic unit, nothing special whatsoever. However, they can still form Pike Wall, which will help them out massively. And the units themselves look great. You know, the modder Sarah does such an awesome job with these units, and yeah, Shogun 2 is just such a beautiful game with all the falling leaves and grass and everything like that. I mean, Shogun 2 is beautiful. Then we also have some of the upper tier units. So these are going to be Breland Gentry. These are the elite swordsmen of the Men of Bree, and they do withstand a pretty hefty punch. They can form several formations and definitely get stuck in. Again, not going to be able to really withstand a charge from the elves or the dwarfs, but for the most part against most orc rabble, which is what you're going to be mainly fighting against in the campaign. It's going to be orc rabble, and it's going to be kind of the wildlings to the south of you. You're going to do great. You're going to do absolutely fine, and you're not going to have to worry too much. So they look absolutely awesome on that flank. And then on the extreme right side, these are going to be the lower tier swords as well. Again, going to kind of be the same sort of skill and quality as the Town Watch, but still decent nonetheless. So the brave men and women of Bree holding firm there, and they're going to make up the majority of your line. Then we also have some axemen back here. These are going to be your two-handed axes. Again, quite a cheap throwaway axe infantry, I guess, shock infantry. You're going to throw these guys in. They don't really have much armor, but they'll do their damage, especially if they're not the main kind of focus of the attack. The cavalry is going to be pretty good for Bree. I know Bree do have access to some pretty decent horses, so as you can see, these riders are fairly heavily armored, very like medieval as well, with that chainmail, the overcoat as well. I guess they kind of are the same kind of land as Rohan. So they're going to be doing decent enough, and this cavalry is going to definitely be able to hold the line. And we also have some lighter cavalry over on this left-hand side as well. These guys and gals are a little bit less lightly armored, but still decent nonetheless. Then for the archer force, we do actually have a higher tier unit of crossbows. So Bree do get access to these crossbows. Great armor piercing, especially if you do decide to go against the dwarfs in the campaign. You're going to want to try and get these guys ASAP, because you're going to need the armor piercing on them pretty much immediately. But yeah, decent to have some crossbows. Again, these are ultra high tier, so something you're going to be fielding a lot of. Your main units are going to be the Breland Company archers, which are going to be your more standard archer variant with that axe and some arrows. They have decent range though. Again, that's one of the good things about Bree, is they do have very nice range indeed. So today we're going up against the forces of the Haradrim. I thought this would be a fun little battle for us to go ahead and kind of pit our might against. Let's go ahead and form a nice little spear wall with all of these guys, and then kind of reform up our formation there. And then with these guys as well, we'll extend our line, give a cavalry out to the right flank a little bit more, wrap around here, and then get our archers into bed. We want to try and keep the axes as safe as possible and get the the crossbows and the archers just in there firing away as quickly as possible, because the Haradrim will do a lot of damage. And yeah, I wanted to see how they would fare against one of the other kind of, I guess, stronger evil factions. The Haradrim have a lot of decent high-tier infantry, so I'm a bit scared to see exactly how the Brelanders will do. But I think they'll hold their own. I kind of even up the cash a little bit, so it should be fine. Okay, let's push up our archers then. Let's push up the archers to here. Again, my cavalry's going to be probably getting trounced by the elite Califrax. Yeah, I don't think our cavalry's going to do well after I just said how good the cavalry was to Bree. But yeah, these are elite Califrax. Not something we're going to be able to beat two-handedly. Yeah, let's push forward the crossbows and the archers, and we can actually, yeah, our range is very nice. I'm not sure if the Haradrim, their Black Snake clan archers, are going to be in range. Doesn't look like they are, so yeah, we actually have that range advantage with the bowmen and the crossbows, which is super nice. Actually, well, the crossbows aren't quite, but yeah, the actual longbows are heavily in range. Yeah, you can see the, I think that these bowmen have a very similar line to the crossbows. Yeah, it's pretty nice as they kind of volley off on us. So let's maybe wrap around the crossbows as well. We want these guys to be able to fire. And let's start winning this skirmish off. Yeah, we should be able to win this quite handily. Already taking down a ton of them. Yeah, right away. And as soon as the crossbows get in range now as well, it's going to really ramp up our ability to hit the enemy. And goddamn, the blood effects in Shogun 2 are so over the top. It's crazy. Man, Shogun 2 is just such a good game. It really is. So many amazing kind of decisions across the board. They're shifting some cavalry over, which is a little bit scary. Let's push up our spears. These crossbows are going to have to fall back a little bit now. We have this cavalry over here that is already low on morale for some reason. Yeah, we need to pull that back like immediately. And I guess what we're going to do is we're going to shift some of our own cavalry over as well. Crossbows are doing some decent damage there. We've got some spears guarding us. Yeah, you guys need to hammer that ASAP, please. And we'll shift over some cavalry. Yeah, it looks like they are going after my Bree militia. But yeah, just hit the cavalry if you guys can. These crossbows will be perfect at dealing with these Califrax. Come on, fire off, please. Fire, fire. Give them hell. Give them hell. There we go. A couple of shots off there. My general's also picking them off. Nice. Okay, so they were clearly moving over to try and deal with this cavalry, but we've got some more of our own horses over here. And oh my god, here they go. They're charging in, just smashing my swords. Bowmen get back. God damn, I always forget how quick to action the Shogun 2 battles are. They really do kind of explode very quickly. These spearmen are going to have to come over and help him out battle. The cavalry needs to come in now immediately as well. We need to recharge that. We need to have a unit of cavalry after there. Yeah, you can see we actually managed to catch my bowman as well. God damn it. The AI is so aggressive, and here they come on this flank as well. Let's make sure we engage. Yeah, that's our archers. And we need to get these spearmen in ASAP as well. Quickly, quickly, quickly. Winning this cavalry fight is going to be so crucial. Somehow, though. Oh my god, there's a huge mosh pit going on right now. I don't think we're going to be faring too well there. But I mean, with the spearmen reinforcing, we might stand a chance. I get my general over here. You guys break that spear wall and just get into the back of these swordsmen. How's the main fight going? Again, yeah. So these are, I think, the mid to upper tier. I mean, these are the upper tier of the Haradrim. So if my men do decently against these, you can definitely respect them in normal battles, especially in the campaign. Again, the elves are still going to be a completely different kettle of fish, because the elves are just ultra elite. But yeah, decently so far. The Brelanders are doing admirable right now. Let's maybe go ahead and just kind of cut off this. I don't want my general getting hit. And yeah, definitely bring this up. If we can second wind at all, I want to do that for sure. And yeah, with the help of our spears, we actually have demolished these guys. Perfect. My general can now turn around and actually shoot these Haradrim Black Snake clan guards in the back, which will be perfect. Drop a rally as well, just to help out. Yeah, shoot these guys right in the back. This should be perfect. Come on, unleash a volley. What are you doing? Come on. This is like always the YouTuber curse. Is like, whenever you like look at a unit of archers to shoot, they never actually shoot. But hell yeah, racking up a few kills there in the back of them. Probably just better to honestly just charge, just to kind of pull out our swords and just get stuck in. We've dealt with that cavalry. Yeah, nice. I'm super impressed, honestly. You guys shoot that. We have some axemen now as well we can bring up. Our cavalry did get overrun. But yeah, I'm actually super impressed with how well our cavalry did. I really am. The Califrax charged in and did decently, but then kind of got overrun themselves. Let's throw a unit of axes there and throw a unit of... I kind of want to keep this unit back in reserve. So what we're going to do is we'll stick them there and then charge. We've got more spearmen coming. Just throw the axes in, we're going to help out. These are the super low tiers of the Haradrim, so these are not going to be scary for us to deal with. The axemen are going to have a good time there. And then you guys, yeah, you guys just charge in there. Okay, he's running now. Some infantry. Okay, the infantry are routing him out flank. To be expected, honestly, they were fighting a lot of decent units. I want the crossbows to keep on hitting that bow. But yeah, look at that. All this cavalry has now been opened up. 2 fresh units of spearmen opened up. Oh my god, yeah, you guys need to be hitting that cavalry ASAP. And the axemen should just be running their blades through these super low tier units. I'm not sure if we're ever going to get any monstrous units in this mod as well, because we have wargs in the mod, but I wonder if we will get stuff like Mumakil and trolls, because that's something that hasn't made its way quite into the mod yet, but definitely something I don't know if we'll see in the future. It'd be really cool if we did start to get that stuff. But yeah, obviously it's going to be super hard to do something like that. However, you know, again, as you guys know, and as I say, I bring up every single time because it is really impressive, the modder has added in all these different variations of animations for shields and sword combat and stuff like that, because again, there is no there is no shields in Shogun 2, so all the animations are all extra animations that they have added into it, so it's always super impressive and something I always have to bring up and show you, because yeah, all these different variations of sword on shield and spear on shield and bow on shield, etc, axe on shield, you know, none of that stuff is actually in Shogun 2. Nice. My Breelander cavalry is now just catastrophically smashed into the back of their line, and it's going to break that cavalry. Hell yeah. The battle is definitely going to be cleaning up. My right flank is not looking good. But yeah, look at that. A big old mass rout. You love to see it. A true glorious victory indeed. Hell yeah. And we'll just charge these guys in, try and wrap up. What do they even have left now? Yeah, that's everything, right? Yeah, there you go. Nice little victory right there. Hell yeah. Cleaning up the enemy. You love to see it. Cool. So what we'll do now is I'll quickly just go ahead and jump into the campaign, and you guys can kind of see the Breelander start to their campaign. And as you can see now, before we do dive in, there are a lot of factions now scattered throughout. You have the choice between many of the different races. So you have all of the orcs. You have the orcs of Angmar now. I think these guys are recently new. The Gundabad, the other orcs kind of scattered around the map. You have the Haradrim clans. You have Bree now. You have the Arnorian... the Numenorian colonies, as well as the elves, 2 elves and the dwarves. Like, there's a lot to pick from in the campaign, which is, yeah, absolutely awesome. So the Republic of Bree's stats are as follows. So we get a bit more money from trade income, which is going to be great. You're going to be trading with the dwarves and the elves to the west. You're going to want to try and discover them pretty goddamn quick. We also get more wealth from taverns and breweries, the good old Bree, the prancing pony, etc. And also, one of the negatives your faction does receive is a bit more upkeep. You know, your army isn't a professional army like the elves or Gondor or anything else along them lines. You are going to be relying, you know, you're going to be paying a bit more for your troops, which is a downside, but, you know, with the other bonuses, you can definitely counteract that with the income to your trade. I mean, a 20% boost to trade income is pretty goddamn good. And here we are in the campaign. So you start off pretty small, obviously. You have 2 settlements. You have Bree, and you also have Kaland to the west of that. There's a pretty big distance between your territory, but nothing you shouldn't be able to traverse. And again, the west of your territory is fairly well protected. You don't have really anyone that scary to the west of you, besides some more tribesmen. Again, if you look at the diplomacy really quickly, you can kind of see the surrounding factions. You're pretty friendly with the dwarfs of Erin Lewin and the Kingdom of Lindor, so nothing that scary. And you're going to really just have to be dealing with the kind of tribesmen, the men of the Weather Hills, the men of Farbad, and the men of Matraf, or however you pronounce that. You basically just have to deal with these guys, and then you can kind of focus your way south more and more. And obviously, I guess the orcs to the north, but they're still even a little bit further away, so not that scary. Building-wise, you do start off with, of course, the prancing pony, and that's giving you a ton of money. 1,100 gold right off the bat and a ton of public order, which is super nice. That money is very juicy, even though you are struggling to make a ton of cash at the beginning with only 800 gold income. As soon as you get your trade with the elves and other stuff like that, you can really start to invest and improve your setup. Tech-wise, you're obviously going to be working your way down with a lot of civilian tech, so yeah, it's going to be something you're going to want to focus on quite quickly, and getting military units as well is not a bad idea. You have access to some more company archers pretty early on if you want to. The crossbows, yeah, you can unlock the crossbows actually very quickly, and then some good cavalry as well. The main problem for Bree isn't going to be unlocking their units, it's going to be going ahead and maintaining decent armies, because yeah, the 800 gold is not great, but once you start expanding, taking some of the other lands to the south of you, as you can see, there are plenty of them to be taken. I'm sure we'll be able to reach with some cavalry maybe. Yeah, down here, you know, the land is going to be pretty pretty interesting, and you're gonna want to try and take these lands as quickly as possible. So building an army to deal with that is going to be super important. But for the most part, you're going to be in a pretty good situation, I think, if you play this campaign. You've got a safe kind of western border. Your eastern border will quite quickly be up against the mountains, and you'll be fine when you hit to the elves to the east as well. So yeah, that's going to be the brand new Brie update. Again, massive shout out to Sarah for working super hard on this mod. They put in so much work, and it's great to see the mod just getting more and more complete, which is really exciting. I'm not sure how many more factions are planned for this mod, but we are definitely getting to a good state where if Sarah wants to, they can definitely go ahead and start working on other things like kind of battle maps and other interesting stuff like that. So yeah, definitely go show out some love. Make sure you go ahead and download this. It's definitely worth doing it, and seeing kind of this mod develop is just awesome. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one, and fish out.